Welcome to the Afrocentric Woman, where our mission is to inspire Black women to heal core wounds and embrace a luxurious and abundant lifestyle. Thank you for joining me. Let's talk, sis.
Hello, lovelies. I'm coming on here today to put you on game on a game that these dudes be running out here in these dating streets. And yeah, let's get into it. So this is the drinks or coffee game. I try not to spend, well, I really don't. It's not even that I don't try to spend too much time in the manosphere, like narcissists teaching other narcissists how to be more proficient narcissists. I don't spend a lot of time there because it hurts my heart. Like, it just hurts my heart too bad to listen to it. And it hurts my heart because I think about the young girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen these guys come online and like post people and be like, oh, I got over on this sugar baby. I told her I was going to give her this and that. I just used her up and I tossed her to the side. That kind of a thing. It just hurts my heart. It hurts. So I can't spend a lot of time over there. I would rather just spend my time with you ladies, encouraging you to develop your standards and level up and be, you know, intuitive and trust yourself and be smart and strategic and have an agenda when you date. I prefer to just spend my time with you ladies. But I have moseyed over there before in the past and heard the whole don't ever, you know, take her out to dinner, just like give her drinks or whatever that case may be. I mean, I've heard that spewed out about, you know, and then I've kind of noticed, you know, with some guys who may try to approach me. Now, I'm really good at deciphering profiles. So usually I don't even contact any guy who I think is dusty, number one. But if by chance, you know, and you know, actually now that I think about it, usually the guys who want to do drinks and coffee are the ones who I'm on the fence about even matching in the first place. But I'm like, let me go ahead and just match him and see what he's talking about. Those are always the ones who end up doing drinks and coffee. So sometimes a guy, so if a guy reaches out to you, you're doing online dating, or even if you meet someone in person and they're like, hey, let's meet for drinks. If you are looking to date a man that's going to invest into your life, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I mean, because you have to establish your own dating preferences and what you're trying to achieve in your dating life and what type of dating life that you would like to enjoy. So, you know, definitely figure that out for yourself. But I can honestly tell you that if you are looking to have luxurious experiences and you're looking to interface with establish who will invest into your life, you don't want to start your experience with him at drinks. You don't even want to agree to meet up with him. So I have my way of getting men to ask me on a date, a video on that. But if there's a guy who reaches out to me, because I always let him start the conversation, if he reaches out to me and we start talking and he's like, hey, we should meet up sometime, what I'll usually ask him is like, oh, that sounds sweet. Are you asking me out on a date? And I allow him to respond to that. Now, most men who are going to be respectful are going to say, oh yes, actually that's exactly what I meant. I would like to take you out on a date, or yes, I would like to take you out. So he's going to correct himself because he's going to realize what type of woman that he's dealing with. You're not rude, you're not mean, you're just gently course correcting him to make sure that he understands it's a date, you understand it's a date, we all know what's happening here. If he says let's meet up and you're like, okay, sure, I'll meet you, like, what is that? Does that mean you're going Dutch? Does that mean you're taking him out? Does that mean that he's going to be there with his friends and you can, what does that mean? You know, it's not. So you want to make sure that you're speaking the language of dating, right? especially if you're looking for an establishment to invest into your life, someone to bring a lot of resourceful value to you, to the table, right? Okay, so there's that. Now, if he says, yeah, let's meet for happy hour or let's go to drinks, and you say, no, I really don't drink, or I prefer a different type of dating experience, then, and he says, oh, well, let's meet for coffee, you already know what it is. You already know what it is, and I wouldn't even do it. I would just not even do it, because if his second thing that he offers, if you don't want to do drinks, if he offers coffee, just don't go for it. Just unmatch him and move on, because he's not trying to spend no money. He's not trying to invest anything into the process. He's trying to get your time and your attention for as little as possible. And your time and your attention are very valuable. I've talked about it in another video. The reason why I don't meet for coffee is because the process of me getting ready is pretty much the same no matter where I go. Maybe the only difference is I might put on a little bit more eyeshadow for if it's like a nighttime event. But everything else is pretty much the same. My hair, my makeup, all of that. It's pretty much the same. So I'm not doing all of that to go to coffee. I'm not. I'm just not going to do it. So that's how I roll. And, you know, like I said, I have had some success. I've had a lot of success in very luxurious, wonderful experiences with very established gentlemen who invest into my life. So if you're trying to have that for yourself, then you can definitely take any advice that I have that you feel is applicable to you. If it's not applicable, then just leave it right here on the channel. But if it's going to help you in your life, please take it and implement it, because your time is valuable, and I would recommend that you invest it wisely, that you spend it and use it very wisely. Because in the manosphere, that is the running joke. That is the running game. That is the scam. You know, don't take a woman to dinner. Don't take her to like a lovely event, like, you know, something that is going to cause him to spend money. This is a screening process. You need to know where he is financially as far as disposable income is concerned, because if you are going to date or court, it's going to cause him to spend financially. You know, can you imagine if you went on a date and you showed up in sweatpants and tennis shoes, you know, and no makeup and your hair all over the place? Can you imagine what he would think? He'd be like, oh, how could this woman, you know, show up like this? She don't look like the picture, and, you know, whatever. No, you're expecting the woman to be put together. I mean, we're beautiful. You're expecting that. And it's the same for us. You know, we need to evaluate very quickly, do you have the money to spend on this process? And if I meet you at Starbucks, I can't answer that question. I don't know. Or are you willing to spend your money on other women but not on me? Like, I just need to know all this information as quickly as possible. And so in my experience, I don't know, like, the men that I date, the established ones, like, none of the nice places are a problem for them, and they would be enjoying those places with or without me. In most cases, they would be enjoying those places with or without me. I just happen to be going with them because that's just what they do anyway. That's just their lifestyle. So you definitely want to gravitate towards men to where it's no sweat off their back to take you to a nice restaurant, you know, or to take you to do, I don't know, Top Golf or race cars or whatever it is that you want to do. Maybe like something fun, you know, or a helicopter tour of your city, or just some, you know, fun event that, you know, expensive. Yeah, expensive. I'm putting that in quotation marks because expensive is relative. Like I said in another video, for what one man will say, oh, that's all you need, or that's all that costs, the other man would have a heart attack at looking at the bill. So expensive is very relative. You want to find somebody that's going to be comfortable with, spending and showing you a good time, and they're able to do it easily, effortlessly, and it's not going to be a big deal. If I can, because there was one guy who I had a conversation with, and I did swipe some screenshots before he unmatched me. I was going to unmatch him, but he just beat me to it. But yeah, if I still have those screenshots, I will insert them in there. But basically, the way it went was we kind of talked a little bit on and off, during the blizzard. And then I think he said, do you ever like to meet at a bar and hang out? And I said, oh, are you asking me on a date? And he said, yeah, I am. I'd like for us to meet up. And I said, oh, okay, well, what is your ideal first date? That's my question, usually, that I ask a man to direct him to get his stuff together. When I ask a man, what is your ideal date? He tends to offer up a nice restaurant, and then boom, we're back on track and we can move forward. So I said, well, what's your ideal date? And he said, well, I do like bars to chill, but if not, we can always do coffee. And I said, LOL. And then he responded, oh, you must be one of those wine and dime types of chicks. And I didn't respond. And then a few minutes later, he unmatched me because he already knew. I know the game, bro. Like, I'm not going to meet you at a bar to drink, and I'm not going to meet you for coffee. Now, a lot of times with these dusty guys, they will offer up the bar first because they want to get you drunk so they can try to sleep with you. So, they'll spend unlimited, as much alcohol as you want to drink, they're going to spend on there because they see it as an investment in having sex with you. But as far as them, they could probably take that same money that they're willing to spend at the bar, and they could probably spend that on dinner, but they don't see the dinner as getting them, as fast of access to the sex as the bar. So they're going to start with that bar, and if you don't agree to the bar, then they'll move over to coffee. So that kind of just will at least give you a lay of the land of what you're dealing with, and 9 times out of 10, you do not want to deal with those types of guys. I think the exception to the rule, which is definitely not the rule, but the exception to the rule is if it's really like maybe he's a businessman and he's in town for a little bit, and and you really just don't have enough time for a whole dinner or a lunch, and it really is like, oh, meet me by the airport or all da 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 da. Try to pick a nice coffee shop. So try to pick a coffee shop that's not Starbucks. So try to look in your local area for a mom and pop cafe, or a little French bistro, or something along those lines, to where it's still nice, to where you can have coffee. And then another thing that you could do is you could still go to a 5-star restaurant and just sit at the bar and have coffee. So that way your ambiance is still going to speak to, hey, I am a woman who likes luxurious things. I like to be in luxurious environments, and I am high maintenance. So please know what you're getting yourself into, brother. So all of those things really help kind of set the pace for this type of interaction that you have. You definitely want to start things out on the right foot. You want to start things out with being positive and being upbeat, directing him and showing him how you want to be talked to and how you want to be handled. So that is my advice for that. Now, I will do another video on conversations, because I see a lot of the younger ladies are really struggling in that area, because it's definitely fine to have your standards and stuff, but you can communicate them in a very gentle way, and be very firm, and what you want. And then another thing that I've discovered is like guys do like witty women, so it's good to have your clapbacks and comebacks, and not to belittle them or anything like that, but just to keep them on their toes and keep them, you know, knowing that, hey, I'm a whippersnapper here. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to share. So ladies, please tell me your experience. Have you been approached by males who want to take you to a bar or just for coffee? Tell me what your experience is of it. Do you have a different perspective now that I've shared this advice and my insight on things? How do you feel about it? What's been your experience? I look forward to reading your feedback in the comments. Peace and love.
Thank you so much for sharing your time and attention with the Afrocentric Woman. Special gratitude to our subscribers. If you'd like to stay connected with this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell. If you like this content, please hit the like button. If you have any comments or thoughts about the content shared, please drop down into the comment section and let us know. Remember, you are worthy, you are enough, you are unique, and you are lovable. And I appreciate you.